This is my August 2025 portfolio update. I share updates every month on how my retirement portfolio is doing. If you haven't seen me before, I retired in June 2024 with a little under $500,000 in my 3-bucket portfolio. When I retired, I had $534,125 in all accounts for retirement. This included my 3-bucket portfolio, my health reimbursement arrangement, and my bridge account. I've been retired for over a year now, and I'm done with my bridge year because I turned 59 and a half, and I can now pull from my regular retirement accounts. This is a channel for people with a modest retirement income. I want to show that it's doable with my actual numbers. I've been retired for over a year and my portfolio continues to grow. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you've probably heard me go over this stuff before, but there's new viewers and subscribers every month, so I go over some of this for them. Our YouTube community is now over 20,800 subscribers. I'm so grateful for all of you. So for anyone who hasn't seen me before, I'll do a little recap. I make 2 videos a week. The Tuesday video is more of an emotional or fun side of retirement, and the Friday video is a fact or finance based. I really appreciate your comments. It gives me ideas of what you'd like to see videos about. My bridge year is over now, but my bridge funds included my 457 deferred compensation plan, my high yield savings account, and a CD ladder. And it was also supplemented by my $800 a month pension and my YouTube income. Here's my YouTube income since June 2024. This month's income was $1,050, which is great. It totally depends on the month and how many views you get. Thank you so much to my viewers. I had a request to share the breakdown of my views that led to the $2,000 YouTube income I got last month. That was the highest month I've ever had. July had 290,700 views. Google AdSense pays creators 55% of the ad revenue. This is influenced by the number of ad views and how long those ads are played. For July, it would have come out to 0.0069 cents per view. So it's like a fraction of a penny. Let's compare that to a lower earning month like May. May was $940. In May, I had 125,400 views. That comes out to 0.0074 cents per view. It looks like I had 8,700 watch time hours in May. The RPM, which is the estimated earnings per 1,000 views, was $7.44. In July, there was 19,600 watch time hours. The RPM for July was $6.98. I don't spend much time looking at analytics, and I really don't know how it all works. In fact, this is probably the most I've ever looked at it because I had a viewer request. I hope that answered my viewer's question. I've also had requests to share my net worth and the value of my house in these portfolio updates. I've shared this information in several videos, and I made a net worth video at the end of 2024. I'll make another one at the end of 2025. To me, net worth and retirement portfolios are separate, and I'm not planning to use any of the equity in my home to fund my retirement unless there's an extreme emergency. I also have a video about my emergency plans that I'll link below. I've also had comments saying I should include my small pension in my buckets. To me, a pension is like Social Security. They do provide a steady income stream in retirement, but I won't put either in my buckets. When I do start Social Security, it's not going to be a huge amount, so Social Security and my pension combined will be about the average person's Social Security. I'm always transparent about my finances. I just personally don't think pensions, Social Security, or net worth belong in my buckets. This is just how I do it. It is important to include them in your calculations for retirement, though. Now for my 3-bucket retirement portfolio. I use the bucket strategy. If I show all of my accounts in buckets, it looks like this. So with just the growth, since I'm no longer contributing, here's what my portfolio looks like at the end of August 2025. My 3-bucket total for August is $547,533. It just keeps growing. August was another great month. My total went up $2,842 from last month. And that's after paying my living expenses. I had another request to show a breakdown of my bucket 3. I have shared this in other videos, but I'll share it again since I had a request. My mutual funds account is 70% stocks and 30% bonds. This is what the breakdown looks like. I chose the automated investing option. My Roth is mutual funds. It's 100% stocks, but not individual stocks. And my IRA is called an Intuitive Investor IRA, and here's what the breakdown for that looks like. It's fairly conservative, but I have it in bucket number 3 because I'm fairly conservative and I won't need to access that money for at least 10 years. I was originally thinking I was going to roll some of my funds from bucket 2 over to bucket 3 because bucket 2 is really too heavy and bucket 3 is too light. But I may just leave it there for now and just not top off bucket number 2 for a while. I would continue to top off bucket 1 with bucket 2 as needed until the buckets are more balanced. This appeals to my conservative side and seems easier. I did pull $1,000 from my high yield savings account this month since my CD ladder is depleted. I had been planning on pulling this from one of my retirement accounts, but I need to make sure that my modified adjusted gross income stays in the range that I told ACA it would be in. My YouTube income fluctuates so much there's really no way to predict what my modified adjusted gross income will be. So in December I'll take a look at it and I'll pull as much as I can out of retirement accounts without going over that number. I'll put that money back in bucket number 1 and into my Roth. I've also had a few people ask if I could have still retired on $500,000 without my YouTube income. The answer is definitely yes. I'm super grateful for the YouTube income and it doesn't feel like work to me at all. It's more like a retirement hobby. It's allowed me to spend less of my nest egg and I love that. But in my first year of retirement, my portfolio grew by $44,166 after paying all of my living expenses. My YouTube income in my first year of retirement was $11,695. So you can see my portfolio still would have grown over $32,000 without my YouTube income. I'm so happy that it grew more because of YouTube, but I would be fine without it. My HRA now has $42,667. It's invested in a conservative portfolio. It bounced up a little this month. The money in there I'll use to pay Medicare premiums and medical expenses in the future. So with my 3-bucket portfolio and my HRA, I now have $590,200 in all accounts for retirement at this moment in time. So compared to June 2024 when I started retirement, here's how my portfolio has grown. This includes my 3-bucket portfolio, my HRA account, and my old bridge account. I'm up almost 10.5% in 15 months on my total retirement savings after paying all of my living expenses. And my growth average for the last year is 5%. Since that's after paying all of my living expenses, I'm happy with that. That's the amount to cover inflation. I'm still so happy with my modest, conservative little retirement portfolio. It's exceeded my expectations and I hope it continues. Being prepared with my buckets and staying the course is always going to be my plan of action. Now for my ACA experience update. I had my annual well check last month and I got online and looked and it looks like it's been covered 100%, so all is still good with ACA. I had some issues with audio on my videos a while back. I didn't understand why, but if you listened with headphones or earbuds, you could only hear it from one side. I listen to and edit my videos on my desktop, so I just wasn't hearing that. I don't know very much about microphones, like little to none, so it was obviously user error. But I played around with it and it seems to work in mono mode. I was recording in stereo mode. I just assumed you would want stereo mode, but I'm pretty sure the issue is solved now. I apologize again, and I'll check it more carefully from now on. I really appreciate the people who pointed this out to me. Thank you. For my personal August update, August was amazing. I spent more time with my friends, family, and my grandkids. I was able to get out and hike. I worked in my yard. I took a spontaneous trip to northern Idaho to visit family. And I have some exciting news. I'm going to be a grandma again. Grandbaby number 4 is coming in March. Life is just so good. With my flooring project, I finally got all that underlayment plywood out. My fridge, stove, and dishwasher were in my hallway for a week while I worked on the flooring in my kitchen. I think the worst part is over and I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. I still have my living room and my hallways to go. I hope you had a good month. I'm still feeling so positive and I hope you are too. If anyone wants to share how their portfolios did this month, feel free to leave a comment. People always enjoy reading that. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living our fears. Hope to see you again soon.